My alarm erupts with a shrieking scream and scares me awake. My eyes don't open immediately, and instead I find myself tossing and turning, trying to bury my face in my pillow. I can't have had more than 2 hours of sleep, and now it's already time to get up and go to work. How the hell am I going to function today? I drag my heavy body from the bed and slide into a pair of slippers resting on the floor. With a yawn and a stretch, I leave my bedroom. I stand in the kitchenette connected to the living room for a few moments, completely absent-minded. I open the refrigerator and stare blankly at the dismal contents. A small tub of peach yogurt sits on the top shelf, and a half-empty jug of oolong tea rests at the bottom. I grab the yogurt and peel off the lid, without even fetching a spoon. I simply pour a little into my mouth. I consume about half the tiny portion and wipe my mouth before throwing the leftovers in the trash can. That will be enough to spike my energy for the morning. When you normally run on an empty stomach, any amount of calories can work as a pick-me-up. That's true, honestly. I make a mental note to collect 2 or 3 cans of coffee from the convenience store on my way out. They should carry me through the rest of the day. The rest of the early morning is spent applying makeup and getting dressed. I'm out of the door the same time as every other day. Unlike the other employees here, I don't tend to keep too much at my workplace, yet it still manages to feel cluttered somehow. Next to my computer monitor, all 3 little figurines that I collected from my toy capsule machines. They're a set of anthropomorphic coffee cans that were released as a promotional campaign for my favorite coffee brand. Each figure is about the size of my thumb. They're cute little things, and when you put a coin into the capsule machine, you never know which character you're going to get. Aha, gotcha. So far, I've managed to collect Captain Café au lait, Lieutenant Long Black, and Madame Macchiato. If I remember correctly, there are 2 more I still need to get. But the capsule machine seems to be out of rotation now, because they've been replaced with a different series of toys. If I ever want to collect the remaining figures, I'll probably need to buy them online. Oh well. I'm not super invested in having to own all of them. I give each tiny figure a bit of dusting and set them back up next to my monitor. So they're all standing up straight and facing forward. Satisfied that they're tidy, I look at the small tray of drawers that sit on the other side of my monitor. I mainly just store the papers and office memos in them. They're not really big enough to hold anything much larger than documents. I rummage through the drawers and discard a few old notices that aren't relevant anymore. When I'm done, I file away a couple of loose papers that have been fluttering around my desk for the last week. With that complete, I straighten up my keyboard so it's parallel with my mousepad. I give the keyboard a thorough dusting and then lean back in my chair to admire my work. The desk looks much nicer now. A clean workspace invites a clear state of mind, or so my coworkers would have me believe. Maybe I'll buy into that a little bit, now that I can see the effects for myself. The corner of my eyes catch a glimpse of blonde hair, and I turn to watch Tomoe enter the office. She nods at Shinya as she walks by his desks, and continues nonchalantly towards her own workplace. Since her desk is in my line of sight, I have the perfect vantage point to watch her put her belongings down and take a seat. I feel a sudden stirring of excitement as she sits down. It's almost as if I'm anticipating something to happen. Was something supposed to happen with Tomoe today? Have I forgotten something important? My tired mind can't really focus on those thoughts. I try to ignore the mild surge of adrenaline that started pulsing through me when she took her seat. I distract myself by starting up my computer and looking over the list of today's tasks. It looks as though I need to correct a few entries, and I upload a few entries that I uploaded to the company server yesterday. In my previously distracted state, it's possible that I made a few typographical errors. That's fair enough. I'll get to work on correcting that data. I open up a few programs and listen to the wiring of my computer tower, nearly drowned out in the clamor of the office environment. The next sound I hear eclipses the noise of the computer and the office, completely and absolutely. A terrified shriek slices through the air like a knife, leaving a deathly ringing silence in its wake. I scramble to my feet purely out of instinct, scanning for the source of the scream. I don't have to look very far before my eyes fall upon a distressed Tomoe, kneeling on the floor and clutching her face. She's on the ground next to her desk, staring down unblinkingly, her fingers white from the strain of clawing at her own head. In the sudden chaos of people rushing to her side, I somehow managed to notice that one of the drawers on her desk is wide open. An open drawer? As tired and exhausted as I am, the significance of the open drawer isn't lost on me. I immediately realized why my body subconsciously felt excited when Tomoe came into the office this morning. I left something in her desk drawer. Something I wanted her to find. Yesterday's obsession with discovering the identity of the one who requested my death caused me to forget my rebellious strike against Tomoe. Holy heck. I left something in her drawer yesterday, thinking she was the one who submitted my photo to the website. Then, she didn't come into work, and it completely slipped my mind. After she confessed to requesting Akane Tsurumaki's death, I erased my suspicion of her being the one who targeted me, but I didn't remove the item from the drawer. I'm in deep, deep shit now. Before I can even lurch forward from behind my desk, Tomoe turns her head to face me. Her cold, grim eyes lock onto mine, refusing to let go. A trickle of crimson blood seeps from her scalp, where her fingernails pierced her skin through her panic scream. Swallowing my nervousness, I break eye contact with her and stare down at the flat objects that was the focus of her outcry. It's a familiar photograph, a printed image on a glossy paper. Traditional, old school, and just as effective as I had hoped. Though I can't make out all of the detail from this distance, the composition of the photo doesn't elude my memory. It depicts my very own corpse, toppled backwards over a tombstone. A bloody slash traces across my neck, a laceration lines my stomach, and a knife protrudes from my breasts. My black hair is a tangled mess, my dark eyeliner smeared and smudged. The grimace on my face is the unmistakable mask of death. Noriko Kurosawa. Stoic and unflinching in death. Noriko Kurosawa. Dead atop a random tombstone in some nameless cemetery. A bizarre, yet untimely, unremarkable way to die. It suits me perfectly. I'm proud of the work that went into this photo. So you see, Noriko was the one in charge of actually making this photo of herself. The objective was to punish Tomoe for requesting my death. To create a work of art so horrific that she would beg for forgiveness when she found me still breathing. But the scene playing out before me is unlike anything I had imagined. Tomoe's face is scrunched up with hatred, the veins in her forehead threatening to burst and shower the office with sanguine gore at any given second. Whether or not she thinks this is some prank is beyond my knowledge. All I can decipher from her expression is that she's likely to strangle me given the opportunity. Oh, she is feisty today. But perhaps I'm jumping ahead of myself. Why do I automatically assume that she believes I'm guilty of putting the photo in her drawer? I mean, aren't I the victim in the image? Perhaps she actually?
Who the fuck is responsible for this?
She howls like a wounded animal, a battered and beaten pup backed into a corner. Clutching the photo now torn from her bloody fingernails, she stands and plants her feet firmly on the floor, steadfast, stern, resolute, a bulwark of immovable fury. All eyes are upon her. The bleached blonde gal girl with an antagonizing attitude is the center of attention in the office.
This photo is disgusting! Absolutely sick! Who made it?
From the confused and puzzled faces of the 20 or so employees huddled around, it's obvious that no one really knows what Tomoe is talking about. The photo is small, and with her clutching it tightly and waving it around frantically, it's impossible for anyone to make out the detail. I'm bold enough to assume that no one else has managed to properly glimpse it yet. And maybe I can prevent our co-workers from getting a closer look if I can act fast. I dart out from behind my desk and approach Tomoe.
Let me see.
Tomoe aggressively thrusts the photo towards me. I take a cursory look at it and gasp loudly to add credibility to my acting. Adopting a fake countenance of shock, I grab Tomoe by the shoulder and pull her close to me. I bow my head against hers, so we stand intimately in the middle of the crowd, forehead to forehead, our eyes fixated on one another. I hope my beating heart isn't loud enough for Tomoe to notice as we stand against each other. I whisper softly, my pulse quickening as I try to make words sound urgent and confident rather than broken and anxious.
Come with me. I need to talk to you.
Tomoe tenses and stiffens, but she murmurs something that sounds like an agreement. I pull away from her and grab her wrist to lead her out of the office. We exit from the throng of onlookers, scratching their heads, and dart towards the elevator. Shinya says nothing as we pass him. He just looks on with a pale face. The elevator ride down is silent and awkward, but eventually the doors open to reveal the ground floor lobby. We weave between the scattered couches and sculptures, making a frantic dash for the exit. We finally emerge outside the brisk morning air. Trying hard to catch my breath, I notice that Tomoe isn't nearly as exhausted as I am. I want to chalk up my wheezing condition to lack of sleep, but I know that's just an excuse for my poor physical fitness. Tomoe is still holding the photo in her hand. She looks at it once more in disgust, then faces me with one hand on her hip.
You want to tell me what the fuck this is?
Look, it's difficult to explain, but I'll try my best.
I want to find out who planted this in my drawer! And look at this!
She thrusts the photo at me once again. She uses the point of her thumb to indicate the timestamp printed at the bottom of the image.
It's got yesterday's date on it. A photo of your dead body, as if you've already been killed. But here you stand.
Sure enough, the photo bears yesterday's date. The time states 9:06 p.m. I marked it as such when I was under the belief that Tomoe would find it yesterday morning. I wanted her to anxiously wait out the day until my death accompanied the rising moon. Since that didn't go down the way I planned, the confusion on Tomoe's face is now self-explanatory.
I just can't believe that corpse girl wants you dead.
What did she say?
Huh?
This is just like what happened to Akane Tsurumaki when I requested her death. The police found a photo of her own dead body on her phone when they investigated how she died.
What? Is this public knowledge? How did I not know this?
And now you've got a similar photo. Does that mean Corpse Girl is trying to kill ya? But it doesn't make sense. It's already past the time it says here. And why was the photo in my desk drawer? What do I gotta do with it?
I'm still reeling from the information about Akane Tsurumaki. The police discovered the corpse photo on her phone? Of course they did. Of course they would investigate her death. It was foolish of me to assume the photo wouldn't come to light. Tomoe grits her teeth and tenderly touches a finger to the bloody cut on her scalp, the place her fingernails slashed in anguish. She looks at her fingertip in revulsion and sighs.
Look, maybe it's my fault that Akane Tsurumaki ended up down the well. Maybe it's not.
I don't think so. Or maybe there is a linkage to it. I'm really curious. Like, this game... I can't put too many words onto it yet.
The least I can do is make sure that the fucking corpse girl doesn't come to get you as well. You ain't my friend or nothing, but sluts gotta stick it out together, right? I don't want another cold bitch on my conscience.
Wow. I feel like these are the most touching words Tomoe can string together. I'm somewhat flattered that she wants to protect me.
Tomoe, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I kinda do, you know? You comforted me a little when I came to you about the dead skank. Made me feel like I wasn't totally to blame, yeah? You might not be as much of a psycho as I thought. Might be a heart beating behind that flat chest.
It's just one insult after another with this girl.
Okay. Thanks.
Unexpectedly, the brash and brazen girl beams at me brightly.
I'm putting you under 24-hour surveillance. Corpse Girl's gonna have to crack my skull open before she goes sticking her fingers into yours.
Tomoe, really, that's not necessary.
I can't figure out a way to convey that I'm not actually in any danger. Well, immediate danger at any rate. It's true that there is someone out there who wants me dead badly enough to have requested it through the website, but as far as the threat of Corpse Girl coming to get me goes, I'm perfectly safe. I resign myself to simply staring blankly at Tomoe, the girl I hold so much disdain for. I know I should choose my next words carefully. Tomoe is prone to violent outbursts at even the best of times.
Thanks, but I'll be fine on my own.
Nah, that's bull. You're a delicate little thing, so it's up to me to look after you.
Seriously, I'll be okay. I don't think Corpse Girl is going to come after me.
Oh yeah? And what makes you so sure?
It's a long story. But look, you said it yourself. The time and date on the photo have already passed, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, guess so. But so what?
Well, I can't imagine someone coming to kill me now. I mean, the corpse in the photo is clearly dead at 9:06 p.m. last night. But I'm standing right in front of you. I'm pretty alive right now.
You're not really convincing me. I mean, I don't totally believe this corpse girl person really exists, but still. Something or other killed Akane Tsurumaki. Pretty sure it wasn't suicide, what with the photo and all. So, since you got one of them photos too, I think it's best we hang. At least for a day. Let me keep you safe.
You're really stubborn, you know that?
Oh yeah, but I've been called worse. But why'd you think the photo was in my drawer? Did Corpse Girl get her desks mixed up? And like, shouldn't it have just been texted to you?
I don't know.
Ugh, this shit really fucks with my head. Let's just get back to work, yeah?
Tomoe turns to head back into the building, but stops short. She faces me and hands me the photo.
Here. Better you have it than me.
She enters the office and leaves me standing in the cool morning air. Looking down at the photo, it's pretty clear that it's me in the image. I suppose it would be best to delete this evidence. I shred the photo carefully, making sure to completely destroy any of the defining features in the image. With the photo completely ripped beyond recognition, I toss it in a nearby bin and enter the office building. After dealing with Tomoe, the rest of the day goes by without incident. I'm thankful, mainly due to how exhausted I am from lack of sleep. When I finally get home, I crash on the couch and watch the sun vanish from the sky. It's late, but I can still make the most of the night if I pull myself up from the couch. With great effort, I manage to stand and then make my way to the kitchen to brew a cup of tea. In my mind, I run through a list of things I should do during my free time tonight. I could check my website request, take a bath, or maybe get back to reading Strange Flower. Whatever I end up doing, I'm just relieved the day is over. With a steaming cup of green tea in my hand, I retreat to my room and leave the outside world to continue turning without me. Another dull morning in the office. The chatter of people talking on the phone, the humming of the air conditioner, the tapping of fingers against keyboards. If I didn't have the music to drown out the white noise, I'd probably go mad from being exposed to it every day. I don't know how everyone else deals with it. Thanks to a good night's rest, I've been able to work diligently so far. I've completed a few tasks already, but there's still a lot more work to do. As I continue to pulverize my keyboard with thin, brittle fingers, I look out the office floor to see who is around. Shinya sits at his desk, his expression scrunched up in concentration, and he absent-mindedly scratches his face with the blunt end of a pen. Turning my gaze, I observe the back of Tomoe's head as she works attentively at her computer. She hasn't said anything to me since we arrived at the office this morning. Because I know that she's not the one who requested my death, I feel more at ease around her. And with the photo of my own corpse destroyed, I can put yesterday's unplanned events behind me. I need to be more careful in the future. Forgetting that I planted the photo like that in Tomoe's desk drawer was an oversight I cannot afford to repeat. I need to be clever, calculated, cunning. Corpse Girl's ambitions require me to be at peak performance at all times. I can't go messing up like that again. I'm lucky that no one else was dragged into this whole mess. Imagine if I did something so stupid when trying to kill a real victim. I would have ruined the entire operation. Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks softly with both hands. From now on, I'm going to truly focus when carrying out my plans. All I need to do is wait for the next victim to come through the website. I'm ready for it. Finding out the identity of whoever requested my own death shouldn't be my top priority. I'm immune to Corpse Girl's wrath, of course, so unless someone decides to come at me with a knife, I'm perfectly safe. I'll check the website request this evening, as soon as I get home. It's too risky to try and access it while at work. With newfound resolve, I nod to myself and look ahead to the end of the day. The flickering notification on my laptop screen prompts a wicked grin on my split face in two. One new request. I don't waste any time before opening up the details of the request. My heart begins to pound, and I feel the welcome rush of adrenaline flooding through my body. Request details. Today, 10:55 a.m. local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. My eyes widen at the sight of the uploaded photo. 2 people. 2 identical women. Twins? Identical twins at that. The woman on the left is circled in red. She's obviously the requested victim, but without knowing them personally, it's impossible to distinguish between the two. They both have the same stunning features, lustrous hair, and contagious smiles. This truly is an interesting request. I immediately jump to the conclusion that one twin wants the other one dead. That's not the only possibility, but I'd like to think it's the case. Makes it exciting. This type of request only serves to reinforce my resolve. I can't wait to start gouging out the victim's eyes. She will leave behind a truly beautiful corpse. As I wait for my secret weapon, the database of the deceased, to load up, my phone tingles beside me on the couch. It's a noise message from none other than Kochiro. Kochi. Hey, are you there? About last time. Noriko. Noriko. Hi. Kochi. Hey, that guy, Eiichi Hanada, gone today. Is that so? Where did he go? Cremated. Family didn't collect him. Limited space. You know how it is. I don't quite know why Kochiro decided to tell me this. I suppose he still thinks requested Eiichi's death, so... I see. More names? What? You want me to look up more names? Corpse Girl's victims? I'm sorry, I don't have any more names for you. Shame. Tell me if you request more death. Oh. And, do you know her identity? Who? Corpse Girl? Yes. No, sorry, I don't know who she is. Okay. Is it you? Jeez. Are we back to this again? No, it's not me. I'm not as clever as all that. Okay. How did she kill? I'm not sure. Okay. What do you know? Lol. LOL. All I know is that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Everyone knows that. My dog knows that. It's her calling card. You had a request fulfilled. Tell me more. I don't know what else to tell you. Lame. Okay. By the way, I saw the photo. What photo? Eiichi Hanada. Photo on his phone? The calling card? Huh? How did Kochiro see it? Sure, he deals with dead bodies, but surely personal possessions are removed from the deceased before they enter the morgue. I need to play it cool here and not invite any more suspicion myself. Are you talking about the photo that Corpse Girl supposedly sent her victims? Yes. Funny thing, it was definitely the guy, but photo didn't match the cause of death. The photo didn't match the cause of death? I remember crafting Eiichi Hanada's photo, of course. It wasn't all that long ago. I used a base image of a corpse with dismembered legs hanging over a power line. It was a memorable image after all. It made a fearsome sight, but it's not something that could be easily replicated by suicide, or by murder for that matter. So I never really expected AG to wind up looking like the photo. From what I read in the obituary, he died in a traffic accident. He must have been driving, or he was a pedestrian. Either way, it was likely a collision with a vehicle. For starters, cadaver still has both legs. No legs in the photo. Did you know that? No, I didn't know. I haven't seen the photo you're talking about. You haven't? Interesting. So, Corpse Girl doesn't share with the requester? Hang on. Okay. So only the victim sees the photo? Here. Kojiro shares a photo in the chat. Sure enough, it's a snapshot of the corpse photo I produced for Eiichi Hanada. He must have copied it from the victim's phone. The photo from Corpse Girl, compared to this. Another photo shared in the chat, and this is the one I haven't seen before. It's Eiichi Hanada's true corpse sprawled forward in the driver's seat of a wrecked car. Seeing a genuine corpse photo doesn't come as much of a surprise to me. After all, I spent countless of hours trawling through the database of the deceased. I've seen more than my fair share of destroyed lives. There's not too much blood in this photo. It's kinda lame compared to the gorgeous rendition of death that I lovingly crafted. It's still not entirely evident what led to AG's car collision. This very well could have been a genuine accident. For my own ego, I have to at least pretend that Corpse Girl had a hand in it. Thoughts? The real death doesn't match the Corpse Girl's photo at all. Why do you think that is? I feel pretty clever and manipulative by putting the question on Kojiro. I want to lessen the suspicion of my true involvement as much as possible. You're asking me? Well, some theories. Corpse Girl's photo is a scare tactic, nothing more. But don't know where the photo comes from. She convinces the victim to kill themselves. What the hell? How does this guy know? How could his very first theory be right on the money? Just who is this guy? Is he stalking me or something? Does he actually know the truth? Second theory. Corpse Girl comes after victims. But a genuine accident happened first. Eiichi Hanada died before she got to him. His second theory is off the mark, but I can see why he came to that conclusion. Regardless, this is the theory I want him to believe. I think the second theory is most likely. Why would someone kill themselves from seeing a photo? Doubting my own methods like this leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Not that simple. Photo is personal and time-stamped. Adds urgency, realism. Could be effective, especially in someone anxious or gullible. He's right, of course. Although causing death in this manner was never my intention, when I first started Corpse Girl's website, it's a possibility that did occur to me when Nuri Hatano died. Wait a minute. How did you even get these two photos? LOL. Now she asks. Police on scene like to share. The more morbid, the better. Dead guy with a corpse photo on his phone fits the bill. They sent me both photos. We played Spot the Difference lol. Wow. These people. Disgusting. I never knew the police could be so disrespectful to the dead. While I can't really talk, at the very least, I'm not in that line of work. Anyway. Coffee? Huh? coffee with me? Yes? No? Unbelievable. This guy wants to meet up and grab a coffee? Has this conversation really given him the feeling that I'm interested in him? Does he think we've bonded over a discussion of dead bodies? I'm about to tell him no, but some part of me hesitates and halts my fingers. Kochiro has connections. The morgue. The police. It's not inconceivable that he might be a useful tool in the future. At this stage, I'm about 80% sure he doesn't know my true identity. It might be safe to meet up with him. On the other hand, I get the impression that even if he knew who I really am, he'd only be impressed. It's a gamble. It could be beneficial, or it could lead to me being caught on. I might even get arrested for my involvement in the 3 deaths. Though, is what I'm doing really illegal? I'm not so sure. But I don't think a jury would take my side. That's why I have to err on the side of caution at all times. Kochiro. Okay, let's meet. I type the words and hit send before I have any more second thoughts. It might be a fatal mistake, but if I'm clever enough, I can wrap him around my finger and utilize his connections. Cool. Message you tomorrow. Bye. Kochiro's status immediately changes to offline. I rest my phone on the couch and look back to the laptop screen in front of me. The smiling, beautiful faces of 2 identical women stare back at me. That's right. I was about to start working on this most interesting request. I still have plenty of time before I need to get to sleep. With this thought in mind, I set about my task in high spirits. You, this is a creepy one. The tiny balcony jutting from the side of my apartment is nothing like it was advertised in the real estate listing. When I first saw the misleading photos, I thought it would be spacious and bright. An open-air hideaway that I could use to get some fresh air and improve my health. I wanted to set up a tiny garden and grow some plants. Nothing that would require a lot of work, but something that could occupy my spare time. In reality, the balcony is a depressing amalgamation of steel and concrete and saps away any desire to stand upon it. It rests in the eternal shadow of the surrounding buildings and manages to catch the sun rays for about 4 minutes every day. It's an understatement to say that I was disappointed when I ventured out upon it for the first time. I suppose, if nothing else, it's a good vantage point for looking out over the city, but that's the only positive thing I have to say about it. As I stand here with my back against the railing, calmly sipping a lukewarm mug of green tea, I breathe a heavy sigh. I should be at the office. I should be tapping away at my keyboard, getting through the backlog of work that has accumulated this week. Instead, I'm here at home, tired and strained, and wearing thin at the seams. I called in sick this morning. I don't know if my superior bought the lie, but he did tell me to stay home and feel better. So that's what I've been trying to do. It's my own fault I feel this way. It's my own fault that I stayed up until 4 a.m. again. I know that a lack of sleep exacerbates my condition. I know that skipping meals and refusing to take medication makes me feel this way. I know that I do this to myself. I know. But this is me. This is what I do to myself as I try to take on each day. This is the way I stretch myself thin, for no reason other than because some days I don't want to be better. I just want to be. I want to stay up late and work on Corpse Girl's requests. My body's need for sleep doesn't come before my ambitions. I want to eat only when necessary, because when I'm slim, I look beautiful. I want to be beautiful, just like her. I want to skip my medication because taking the same pills every day is a hassle and expensive, and I question whether I really need them anymore. If I can just stay at home like this, I don't need the medication. Even if I came out to the balcony, and that counts as being outside. So, why do I need to take the pills? It's true that when I skip a few days, I end up like this. I try to convince myself that I'm fine, that I'm fixed, like I was some broken thing that has been magically repaired. But I end up staying inside all day with the curtains shut and my eyes locked on a screen. I know that when I stay on top of my medication, I can go to work and then park and then the library without a second thought. I can get on the train again. I can get on the train not worrying about strangers breathing on me or touching me. I can go to the convenience store and leisurely look around. I even went to that restaurant last week and read a book while eating dinner, and no one even tried to cut me or abduct me. And no one tried to strangle themselves in front of me and Yuriko. Can I really only go out and do those normal things because of some tiny pills that a doctor said I need? Or can I do those things because I'm actually better now? Maybe I was never unwell in the first place. Not irrational, just cautious, careful, concerned. I realize that my mug is empty when I bring it to my lips and taste nothing but the slightly waxy, unpleasant sensation of smudged lipstick. Well, I've been outside for long enough anyway. I'll go inside since it's getting late. Plus, I have the feeling that someone on the street below has been watching me and is waiting for me to climb onto my balcony. Wait, plus, I have the feeling that someone on the street below has been watching me and is waiting to climb up to my balcony. That is creepy. I enter my apartment, set the mug aside, and retreat into my bedroom. My phone is where I left it, sitting face up and begging for my undivided attention. I snatch it up, unlock the screen, and I'm greeted by the last webpage I left open. It's my custom-made news alert for obituaries. From tomorrow morning, I'll be anxiously waiting news of my latest victim's fate. I timestamped the photo with tomorrow's date, June 5th, 9:01 a.m. The unlucky twin has already received the photo. I sent it out earlier today. After sending a photo, I always hide the burner phone out in the unused shed behind my apartment building. Getting the phone into the shed this morning was rather difficult. I had to cover up my face and hands with some old clothes and waited until nobody was in sight before dashing as fast as I could. It took me a good 10 minutes to collect myself inside the shed before I could rush back to my apartment and lock the door behind me. I don't think anyone tried to follow me. However, I know that I'm going to need to retrieve the phone again tomorrow and dispose of it. I'll check for a reply from the victim, of course. Not that they ever reply. Then I'll destroy the SIM and discard the phone like I always do. It might be difficult to get out there to the shed again. On top of that, I really should go to the office. Oh, and Then there's one more thing I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Kochiro wants to meet for coffee. I'm not so deluded to think that I can pull off all those escapades tomorrow in my current state. I resign myself to reaching for the bottle of medication on my dresser. Maybe another week of taking pills won't be so bad. They tend to increase my appetite, which is really annoying. It's a constant struggle to try and ignore the hunger that tears at my stomach. And it doesn't help that they wreak havoc in my libido. I never know what to expect. Sometimes I can look at those photos of Aoi on my phone and feel absolutely nothing. Other times, I can simply be scrolling through noise while standing on the train and feel an overwhelming urge to explode. I do my best to dismiss my doubts and fears, as I swallow 2 of the tiny tablets. I follow up with a sip of water from the bottle kept next to my bed, and I fight the urge to retch. I'll take a shower to freshen up. After that, I curl up in the bed and read. I need to conserve my strength for tomorrow, so an early night is in order. Maybe tomorrow is the day I'll finally be better. Oh,
Where the hell were you yesterday?
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
That's so sweet.
Tomoe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably so.
Listen, have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
Yeah. Thanks, though,
Thanks for what?
for thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Tomoe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. Despite our differences, our interactions regarding Corpse Girl has helped us bond a little. I'm not counting on Tomoe and I to have a lasting friendship. Even just quiet peas might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people, regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect each other.
I'm at my desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
She waves and leaves that cryptic statement in the air behind her. I return my attention to my computer and mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to waddle up to my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya.
You weren't in yesterday?
Nope.
Are you well?
Yep.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Aoi?
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Aoi a job.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence. I really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
When you put it that way...
I'm not trying to be callous, but what he says makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Aoi struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
Right.
We sure do. If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is a cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come into the office with a knife. Or maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and request Kotomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Who knows? I can't read this guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me. So what would I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon.
Maybe.
Say, seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I ask you a, personal question?
Oh?
That depends on what it is.
It's related to, intercourse?
That is a heavy question, my guy. That is a very heavy question indeed. My face scrunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this conversation is heading in.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it.
Really? Why? My curiosity is piqued.
You're really the only other friend I have, so...
Shinya's face takes on a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
If, hypothetically speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know...
Oh no.
Sex?
His face turns red in an instant.
Yes, that.
No, don't cry.
If someone pressures you into it and you really don't want to do it, what should you do?
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Yes. Of course.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, this is kind of ugly. I feel that my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he is obviously seeking.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never...
What?
Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic.
What? It could only be Tomoe unless you are a two-timing little shit.
I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please, forgive my lack of professionalism.
My interest has been piqued. Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get a chance to say anything else. What was all that about? Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She seems really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? I have a third theory. Because if he's not two-timing, then it means that there is somebody else, another female or male figure around him that is forcing advances on him, which he is not okay with. And that makes it even darker than it should be. Oof. Maybe it's guilt from not being able to prevent his career from going down the toilet, but I feel like I should try and do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once the double doors close, I get up from my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother you.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut? Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't. Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road. And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
Okay, I believe you.
That's at least good news.
Why are you asking me anyway? Did Shinya say something to you?
No, I was curious, that's all.
You think we're real friendly now, don't ya? Well, I don't mind some girl talk.
Oh, that's nice.
Come talk to me anytime.
Thank you, I'll do that.
Tomoe waggles her fingers in a goodbye wave, and I return to my desk. If I take Tomoe at her word, which I find myself doing increasingly often, then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything he's uncomfortable with. So, that can only mean one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. But the guy admitted to me, only today, that his only friends are Tomoe and myself. So, who was he talking about when he brought up the subject? That makes me feel really, really icky. Oh, just thinking about SA is just... It gives me the creeps. I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary yet today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo timestamp set to 9:01 a.m. this morning. If my method worked, like it did last few times, then she should, be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or some mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. It's not like I've managed to identify Corpse Girl's power, how Corpse Girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet, I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I've tried searching manually too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can find and have come up with nothing. It's possible that she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is still plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victims won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back at a square one. My winning streak will be over before it really begins if the corpse photo has no effect. I make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
That familiar, halting voice snapped me out of my thoughts. Kojiro stands before me, wearing a slightly cleaner clothes than the last time we met. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date and decided to wear his absolute best outfit. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi,
Can I sit?
please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. His tall, lanky form doesn't really seem to fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here. Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing. I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around and Kochiro places her order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback as she bows politely and humbly asks him to repeat himself in Japanese. Once our order is settled, Kochiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
You wear glasses?
I subconsciously reach a hand for my face and check if I am indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
Kochiro leans back casually and shrugs.
Couldn't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time? Is he referring to when we met at the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just making conversation. This place is great, right?
It's true that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the display of various cakes at the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume to be French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kochiro chose well.
Oh, is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry, it's on me. How's work? The bank, right?
I cocked my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
Profile? I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Of course, he would have read my noise profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate gâteau. The cake is delicate and moist, and my stomach growls in betrayal of my convictions. Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave.
A bite?
He scoops up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave a hand politely and shake my head.
Oh well.
He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Could eat if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
Excuse me?
Just saying, could stand to gain some weight.
The nerve of him. Who would say that to a young woman?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well.
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean. You're gorgeous. Just saying, some cake wouldn't hurt.
I'm gorgeous? I feel a little flushed, and I look down at my phone to avoid Kochiro's warm gaze.
Try the coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kochiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature, and it's absolutely delightful. Rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I've probably been wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kochiro arrived, I smile.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
This guy is really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned. Still, the praise is kind of nice, even if he's just trying to play me with the oldest lines in the book. I figure I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question. Okay, let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22.
Oh.
Damn. 12 years. Never thought about it. Shit, I'm old.
Wow.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
I don't mind. I'm 20.
Phew. Okay. Right.
Is that an issue?
No, of course not. You're mature for your age, or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
I can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
He's direct. Holy shit. What is happening? And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type. And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
That's so. Unrequited love, huh?
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. I mean, you're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
He raises his coffee cup in a toast, then takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. He might be a bit more mature than I gave him credit for. If he can take rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character.
So, Corpse Girl. Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4, if I'm lucky. I try not to say this aloud.
Eiichi Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Cut the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead him to believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
His face lights up, almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death. Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me. I'm dying to know how it goes down.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
I can protect myself. I mainly want a corpse photo. How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting, I won't lie.
Nobel Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So? Has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian?
What?
I can imagine the waiter's reaction.
Oh boy. This guy and his humor.
Classic.
Kojiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
It takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out at the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nod and reach for the book. I pull the massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags on the back zipper and causes some of the contents to fly out.
Whoa!
A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick up my things. He pauses when his hands grapple with another book that has fallen underneath a strange flower.
Fausse photographie? What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try to snatch it from
It's nothing.
his grab. Kojiro is quick, and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues to read the cover.
English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He returns to his seat and flips through the pages as I find packing my belongings away. I bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
Yo, you can read this?
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first. Huh. These images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks at me.
I figured it out.
I brace myself for his inevitable accusation.
Corpse Girl fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct, but will he go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Hey, why do you have this book? Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo. The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse.
Oh, he really is onto something. I'm just wondering where he gets all of this from. Like, where does his understanding and confidence in all his theories stem from? That's what I'm curious about.
Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower.
Okay, he's going way beyond.
She makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
I see.
Immediately, my mind starts to kick into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get the real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism will be amazing. It will be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It will be the next step up in realism. It's sure to convince victims to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can be relied upon to kill themselves, then I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All of the deaths would be caused by suicide. It would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forging a convincing enough corpse replica. But the legwork involved in acquiring corpses would be... That's it! The answer is sitting right in front of me, with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies? Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible.
Oh?
Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone, mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer. I'd give away spare corpses, no problem. Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right. But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan. I support her work. It's fascinating.
He really is. he is a character of his own, that's for sure. Oh, Kojiro.
If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
How would she know? Dude, how would she know? This is amazing. I've never imagined this meeting could be so lucrative. If I want to get my hands on all of the corpses I'll ever need, I can just ask him here and now. I find myself breathing heavily, and I notice that my cheeks are warm and my head feels slightly eerie. It all comes down to whether or not I really want to step up my game. The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are cases of the previous victims. Akane Tsurumaki killed herself, there's no doubt about it. But Eiichi Hanada? It's highly possible his car wreck truly was accidental. I may not have had a hand in it after all. Ruri Hanato, or Ruri Hatano, my first ever conquest. The cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have killed herself in the position her body was discovered in. She's the whole reason that I started suspecting She's the whole reason I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place, after all. So there's one definite suicide, one potential murder, and one death that was an accident. A traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random, and when you pile in the countless failures I've encountered over the past year, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to simply kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers and make them look like my victims. The work would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt about it, and it will take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing props. Then there's lighting to consider, and backdrops. It's one thing to take an image from the database of the deceased and have a corpse splattered on the pavement ready to go. It's an entirely different thing to have to drag a body out of the morgue and plant it in position, then take photos of it. There will be a lot to consider. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. But if I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it will lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Yo, finished your coffee?
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and then steps towards me. I stand up too, and playing my best hand, I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height, and I don't think I pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Oh,
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
Stop leading him on! You rejected him! God damn it. I give him a best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. Girl, why did you just lead him on? You rejected him in this very scene, and now you kiss him, making him come fuzzled. Why would you do this? Ha! Why would you do this? I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out onto the pavement outside. It's not in my nature to try and seduce somebody for my benefit, so much so that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy.
Then why would you do it?
I don't know if I pulled it off, but now that I've left the cafe, I can't look back to see what effect I had on Kojiro, if any. I cross the road and a shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into. I don't think you're ready. Girl, I don't think you're ready. The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and windows closed, I find myself at the mall shopping for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on life power. I tried plugging into different outlets. I tried plugging into my laptop, but nothing I did gave my device even the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around, but I turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. Couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. So, either the charger has died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to somebody for a day or two and go without it. So I'm hedging my bets on the issue being with the charger. Even if I can buy a new one, all my problems would be solved. Well, if I can buy a new one, all my problems will be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through this crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store will probably have a budget charger that will still fit my device. I just want to find what I'm looking for and get out of this place. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to the last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I had been browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any sign of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course. This is a big country, and people die every day, but very few matched the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match the photos included. The obituaries that did match had photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was a dead end after a dead end. I might have to just accept the fact that this latest request will go unfulfilled. But it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I find myself stomping through the mall more often than simply walking. A few people glance at me, but I don't pay any heed. I wanted that woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice or despair at the fate that befell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to a spiral down and down. Whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down and down and down and down and down. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die. To spiral down, to die. To spiral out of control. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. Spiral down, down, down.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy. My senses blurred. My face hot. My hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
I fall on my knees and scream at the top of my lungs.
Ah! Why didn't you die? Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die, 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 die!
Is she going to kill somebody?
Mom, I'm scared. I'll kill her. I'll find her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth clatter or chatter. My teeth chatter. I find that I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
All right. That's enough.
A strong hand pulls at my shoulder, and my face hits the ground, hard. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see is, in my blurry vision, is the checkered tile floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tugged backward, and my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. Ooh. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and rudely awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek, and the motions for me to take a hold of it myself. And he motions me to take a hold of it myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Huh?
That's the neighbor or the family that's living, below us? Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly.
He was the one who Oh.
The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
Holy shit. He witnessed that? That's not a good look for a neighbor. This guy. I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the very same guy who lives in my apartment building, the nice guy who greets me in the stairwell. The father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Nariko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I try to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something, some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Nariko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming? An image of a smiling woman flashes in my mind. A twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim. The one who didn't die. That's right. I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. But the shopping mall, what was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake. Taking a pill or two every other day, or when I feel like it isn't going to help me. Skipping days at a time and just popping in a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take what. Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be calm at all times. Stoic, unflinching Noriko. What the fuck am I doing?
Nariko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
Huh. I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Nariko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A broad, intimidating man enters the small room, and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
This her?
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression.
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Nariko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst. Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
The medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something, and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings. You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today, and even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the back, save for one thing: my phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against its open palm.
Is this broken?
I realize that the last drop of battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. It's not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's what my collection of burner phones is for. But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro for starters. And then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe. And that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded on the net. Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me. I barely manage to catch it with my brittle skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of a steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and I try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself, and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. A sour taste rolls around in my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. A steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I can do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, and for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Fujikawa spins on his heel with force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. Oh, look at the dark circles under her eyes. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her, weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak, weak, weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of a peppy pink pills. Noriko, Noriko, Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. But I'm more than that. More than her. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. He made me feel good. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters. Corpse Girl matters. She will succeed, and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight, or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi, with her small frame and cute features, and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe, with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko, with her head, with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, but with the vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear, but now just glaze over whenever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko, with her dark hair and intense gaze, and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety, uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion.
Fuck you.
I curse at the mirror and spit on my own reflection.
Fuck you!
I cleanse my fist until my nails dig and tear a piece of my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down on the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I've always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I always sought. It's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Yuriko got put on ice. And after I found this apartment that felt so strange at first. This is who I am.
I love your hair. Your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed them gently, and then pressed them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early mornings cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of dust or a few specks of blood out of the carpet, and to clean a bit of lipstick off my mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water, and I didn't skip the pills. I don't like this time. It will be some time before I feel stable, maybe even a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Today's a day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong. For Corpse Girl. For me. With my room now clean, I decide to spend a little time tidying the rest of my apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments. Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1, I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because that twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her, and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. And I'm not a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve. After all, Kochiro's connection to the morgue may well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2. I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken. Not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication. I'll keep up with my social life. And that means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more, because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all of the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is, and always will be, my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but I will let her remain as simply my friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. This last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in the bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day. Instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there, and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kochiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. For now, I can't think of anyone who I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I finish tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building for at least as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs too. And as far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I'll keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and I feel as good as... And it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now, I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure at the last one of these, at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensure my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims, fresh blood. The first one is an older male, maybe in his 50s. Typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with their finances, or she's having an affair, or maybe she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. 2 things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across it in white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in the question, and the signature is such a mess that I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol or a singer or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meets her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her. Kill her! Well, that's the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some of the finer details in the photo. The reason behind the request don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp the photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I send the photo. It will be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time. It will make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goal set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses, and I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train, got to the convenience store at the usual time, and I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever. Strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office, and even made small talk for a few minutes. Tomoe was her name. I kept forgetting. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me, anyway. At least before she stopped being her social self. Or stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m. and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified. But even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching, Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner reach my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
What a line. About a week ago, I could have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we might have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
Same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but...
What's wrong?
Hasn't he seemed, kinda off today?
He really has.
He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
He's not. Not from what we've seen so far. Cheating? No. Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory that was flitting around the edges of my consciousness has come into light. Shinya spoke to me, hypothetically, about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him. So, who was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama, like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and go and just ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy. Anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, you seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
Seduce is a too kind definition of what might be happening here. My earlier statement was leaning into SA, and I'm honestly thinking it might actually be that. Not gonna lie.
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
You go, girl.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins, despite her obvious frustration, and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay, good luck.
She spins her on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my co-workers take their leave, and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? Tell me what's wrong.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I don't expect anything, really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit that they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content to simply sit on the sidelines and watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of the of his blatant lie, I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the sliver of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to. I don't know who that person could be. It could be someone from the office, it could be someone from his private life. I'm confident that it's not Tomoe. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself, and he's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever is happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is a guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
I was right. Holy shit. His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point, but I am truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily and accepted more. I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe.
Oh boy, crying.
I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
Oh, the boy's crying. Trapped. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims. Not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. A part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it to be true. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
Wait. Is this Ida? Holy shit. His job. Then it's somebody we work with. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
It's somebody here then.
I speak my thoughts aloud, and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious.
And who was the one woman in the previous episode who made threats to Noriko about Shinya actually losing his job because her friend declined that job offer? Who was fucking hauling on her ass, being oh so fucking high and mighty in her busty suit, that she was confident that his whole career could 100% go down the slippery slope? It was their superior, Ida. I don't know what her last name was, but that was Ida. And everything since then has just been, like, downhill for him, obviously. Ooh, do not like.
Sorry. I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager. An exec. And that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparkles from deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme, a scheme that I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the doors close behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans out around me, I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office towers in the distance while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in the traces of Shinya's footsteps towards the elevator. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive's offices? When exes have businesses with junior staff, they descend from this lofty perch and graze us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
A woman's voice from the nearby catches my attention. Its hushed and yet aggressive tone, like the whisper of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
I am curling at my desk. Oh! I creep out the elevator, hoping against hope that the ding of the elevator arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it.
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around the corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk. It is Ida.
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all. How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
I am feeling very uncomfortable. Kotomi Ida. The executive with Shinya's career in her hands. The very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So, that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
I swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward, rather loudly, and purposefully bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thump. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me. Her eyes narrow into hateful slits as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here? This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somehow narrow even further, to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
I fold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya, Tomoe who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. In Tomoe's absence, it falls to me to protect Shinya.
Fuck off, you filthy skank.
I can't believe the foul words that tumble out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotomi can't believe it either, because her eyes finally widened and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid fucking idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my body. My words echo her own. That, or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me loud and clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Kotomi grits her teeth and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but by some minor miracle I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko! That was amazing!
I nod and sway a little, then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the situation, we both silently decide that that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles of the shower on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name, flashing on the phone screen thanks to a steam that has fogged up the glass. Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I really don't need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyway. Because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I opened the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavily, droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user Koji Koji. Kochiro is calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Can you imagine?
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well... Sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board noise channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kochiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts."
Oh.
Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts?
Sounds like Corpse Girl is struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course. It was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a strange post.
Was hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
And he snatches right on once again, not leaving a single room for doubt. This again? Kochiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So, the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is a boring businessman, and the other one is the semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves? Or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit. He's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's besides the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it could be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low, and that's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over, but not me. Not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the rotting shower and step out of the... A shiver scuttles down my spine, like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flap on my skeleton arms jiggles as I dry myself off. Then, I'm satisfied with my fleshy cadaver's body is completely dry. I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I'm thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumber and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit. Entering my bedroom, I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it towards me. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to the post on the noise channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my 2 latest victims created these posts. I spend a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to his morgue? It's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans.